Hello, everybody. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. This is David Serpa here, and I am coming to you with the most important show that I have ever done in the last 400 plus videos. This is the one that I'm going to ask you to actually watch through to the end. Rudy and I are involved in a fight. It is important to get you involved. We've gotten the ball 90% of the way to the start, but we need you at this point. Rudy, can you tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, my name is Pastor Rudy, and I help run an organization called SERT. And SERT stands for Search, Evangelize, Rescue, and Train. And we recover people that are missing and exploited all around the world. And we have operated on 5 different continents in over 30 states. And we are just some radical people that want to change our society for the better.
So I can tell you right now, you're watching 2 Marine Corps veterans that are engaged in a fight right now. Rudy is flying all over the world, fighting in the fight against human trafficking constantly. He is the real Liam Neeson out there doing what he does, but he's doing it for everyone else's daughter, for everyone else's children, and that's the difference. That's the truth. And so this is where we're at right now. We have 20 acres, and I can't tell you where, but it has appraised. There is multiple structures on the property. And can you tell people what you would do with a property like this, Rudy?
Yeah, we're super excited. So with this property, with the 3 different structures, that allows us to do a couple of things. One, which is really dear to our heart, is not only do we help recover missing and exploited people, but we also take people from the veteran community that maybe think that they don't even have a fight anymore, and we get them back in the fight. So one of the things we would use this property for is to get those veterans that don't think that they're worth anything anymore and recycle them back into this amazing opportunity. So with that, we would have a place for them to stay, a place for them to grow, and a place for them to train, to take that skill set that's got dust and cobwebs on it, brush it off, and get it back in the fight.
Brother, I love it. And what this compound does is it gives you an opportunity. It's by BLM land. I can tell you it is in the Inland Empire, which is a hotbed of human trafficking. Human trafficking is not a Mexico issue. It is not a somewhere else issue. It is an issue right here, right now, that is affecting our children. And our children is everyone's child. There is no difference. If there's one human being being bought and sold today in America, it is one too many. Am I right?
That's absolutely right, for sure. And then with that property, the other thing is we need a secure place to be able to, after we recover this person, to bring them back to where they will feel safe. And family reunification is something that's so very important. And so here, just where, currently the ranch that we have now, which we call it a ranch, it's not really a ranch. It's more of a, it looks like a Pakistani compound. But it served its purpose, but we've outgrown it, and so it's really that time to get something that we own. We're currently on a month-to-month rent, so everything is always uncertain. By getting this property, David, the cool thing, and I don't know if I've even talked to you about this, I probably have, but it's good for the viewers to know. By getting this property, we're going to save at least $1,200 a month in operating overhead, which going from renting something to owning it is going to be really, really important for us, because we're going to be building equity that later on we can pull out and we can reinvest in operations or different things that we have going on. And this is just going to be huge. But family reunification for the parents of that missing person, to be able to meet with them in a place where they feel welcome, where they feel comfortable, where they're not intimidated. It's not a cold lobby of a hospital somewhere or a cold lobby of a police department. It's something where they can just relax. They can hug their loved one. There's no hurry. There's, service animals around that they can be comforted by. It's just going to be awesome.
I'm going to tell you all in a moment about a little mission that we went on in Menifee. In Menifee. This is not something that's happening somewhere else. This is important for you to understand that it is happening right here. But first, I would like to say thank you. And I would like to say thank you for using your VA loan, which is only going to be $13,000 out of pocket. We got it to appraise at value. There is termite work. I'm donating $2,500 to get the termite work taken care of today. I'm driving out there with my family to go get that done. And I'm asking you all to get involved. Please get involved. This costs money. This guy's kicking in doors. Pastor Rudy's the guy who's doing it. His wife and his children are the one making phone calls. He's getting veterans involved in the fight, training them on his facility, and he's going to be able to do all of that with your help. And we need it. We need $15,500 if I could be specific. Is that about right?
That's about right.
To make it not sting, and that's to get it started. And then after that, we need people to come out, help us with the property. We need people to make phone calls and call girls and say, hey, I'm here if you ever need help. So tell me really quick, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but this was my first experience combating human trafficking. Can I just tell a little bit?
Yeah, as long as you don't use names. But no yeah, paint a broad picture of what you got to experience.
It will be a very broad picture, but I can tell you that it will be specific enough to scare people. The truth is I asked you and I ended up talking about human trafficking. You told me about all of these children that are being trafficked today, right now, that will never get hope, that will never see salvation. And then you told me about somebody that had been being trafficked for this is after months. Because we've been talking for months, maybe even a couple of years. And then you said, David, today's the day I need help. You want to come out with me and my family and a couple of Marines and come save somebody and help them save themselves? And I said, yes. And I was terrified and conflicted, and I felt weird about it. And then the whole time that I was driving up to your compound, where you're currently operating out of, I was wondering, well, why should I come in there and risk my life for somebody else that is willingly participating in something, and yada, yada, yada. And it became real when I met the family. And it became real when I saw the pictures of this human being being bought and sold. And then when I saw that, and I'm getting covered in goosebumps right now, I said, absolutely, let's go. And it's not that you're a lone cowboy out there doing it by yourself. You were cooperating with the local police department. They gave you the clear. They were around the corner. But ultimately, the girl made the decision to save herself. And that's what was so beautiful about it.
You know, one of the craziest things that I heard from a survivor is giving an example of the people jumping out of the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Remember that when the building was on fire?
Mm-hmm.
And they're jumping to their freedom, which was ultimately their death. And she said from that moment, she realized that when she was being trafficked and ultimately at one point selling herself, she said, I didn't have very many options. You know, that's the craziest thing is you think of these women, and I've heard people say, well, don't they want to do this? Well, they've got few options. So really what we do as a team, we go in with brute force and we give them more options. We give them options for freedom to themselves. And the same thing with vets. When we see a vet that wants to commit suicide, he thinks in his mind that he has few options.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He has few options to join a team. He has few options to make a living. He has few options to do any of these things. So really that's all my team does is we go out there and we create options for people to have a miraculous life.
You are whole. You are good. You can do good things. And your fight is not done when you step out of the service. Your fight is just beginning. And so for me, coming to you in a dark place and challenging you a little bit and be like, okay, well, here we go. And then I jumped in with you.
Yeah.
And now I'm using my gifts through real estate to then serve you and give back. But now we need more help. We need money, and we need other people to make this possible. Richie's Termite is out there doing work today. Somebody donated the gentleman Amerispec donated his inspection to come out there and look at the property. We got it appraised at value. We've done a ton of work today. We're going out to go rescue 2 dogs that are now at the property to make sure that they're okay. There are things that must happen, and people can get involved. How can people get involved, Rudy?
Well, one, like the money, that's the most important thing. If we don't get the money, this thing's not going to happen. But once we do that, the other thing that we're going to need is I've got a 6,400 square foot building that we currently occupy that we have to move from one place to the other. So we're going to need people to private message you, private message me, and say, yeah, I'm going to be available we're shooting for the 3rd, right?
Here's the
Our
challenge.
It's going to be the 3rd. We believe.
Somebody tag John Ruff.
Yeah.
Somebody tag my boy Colt at Attention to Detail Moving. Rough and ready. Attention to detail. I know you guys care about Marines. I know you guys care about getting involved in the fight. We got a whole lot of stuff to move to a 20-acre compound, and it's got to happen.
Yep. And I'm super excited about that because the cool thing is it's not just a normal move. We've got what we call our prison yard gym. We're going to take that gym and set it up there. It's going to be a great place for us to get fit and get into the fight. So I need help moving that. We've got a
every human being. Don't just put this off on John Ruff. Don't just put this off on Attention to Detail. Get your butt cheeks out there. Roll your sleeves up and get involved. I've been out at this property 5 times. I left where the hospital because my son was born here a couple of days ago to go to the property to make sure that it passed the appraisal. I mean, we're involved, man. I'm in it with you. I love you, brother. I appreciate it because you're the one out there risking your heart, risking your freaking heartbeat, risking your family. And your children are involved. You guys do it together. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the coolest thing is we knew from that day that we sat down together at that Starbucks. Remember that crazy day? By the way, I miss your beard. I really miss your beard.
Brother Beard, I miss your beard too.
Point. But, hey, man, we knew that we were going to do something pretty special together. And this is not, 30 days to 30 days. This is going to impact generations, I'm believing, of making a foothold in our community and saying, you know what, this is going to be a launch point to change nations. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to let you know we are currently hunting pedophiles worldwide right now. I've got a worldwide case right now that we're hunting pedophiles. Now, if you ever think, and I know I'm going to be as gentle as possible here, but we want to be more than just aware that this is a problem. I'm not one of those organizations that goes out there and says, hey, this is an awareness group, or we want to bring you aware to the problem. I think all of us are aware. And, no victim while they're being brutalized says, oh, I hope somebody's aware of this. They just want them to get somebody to stop it.
That's right. Stop hashtagging crap. Stop freaking just saying, oh, yes, we're aware. Human awareness about, human trafficking. It is time to get involved. Whether you can do $10 or $15, you're seeing this video 3 years from now or today, sharing this out, donating $5, donating $2,500, just getting too many of us are not willing to say that we are involved in the fight. I haven't said it. You don't say it enough. People are asking you to put a reality show around you and you turn them down. And the thing is awareness is important, but we have to let people know at this point through social media that we are connected and we can engage in the fight right now.
Yep.
In the Inland Empire, we are engaged in the fight right now. But that also empowers Rudy to do it everywhere. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. So by empowering Rudy to do this now, you empower everybody to do this everywhere. This isn't something that you separate from your family. You and your family are going to be living and operating out of the compound with multiple structures where you could bring these princesses home, give them an opportunity to detox if necessary, reconnect with their family, feel safe, backed up to BLM land on a compound, gated with security, with opportunity for people to train on, empowering other veterans to get in the fight. Can you tell that I love this man?
The other cool thing, so there's currently on the property, there is a basketball court. So we're going to turn that into a dog park, because we also, one of the things that's our passion is incorporating service animals into the work that we do. We currently have a bite trained protection dog that goes out on ops with us. That's Boot. And then we have Trigger, a German Shepherd that is just a compassion canine that just cuddles up with the girls or the parents when they're there. So we're gonna have a world class, what we're believing is like a dog park on that basketball court.
Dog park, shooting ranges. Every time that I go up there, one of your daughters says to me, please, just one place for me to have a couple of horses and just do something normal, maybe meditate a little bit. And that's one of the things that I love about your family. My family is also involved. My mom's saying, can you put a link up for people to donate? And of course we will do that. that's the other big part about this fight. And this is what's been difficult for me is every time that I do one of these, I want to say, hey, donate now. Here's the Facebook link to do it. And then everybody feels good. They could just donate now. And Facebook is okay with it. But Facebook, because you are a Christian nonprofit, does not recognize you in that way and allow you to fundraise. So you're being silenced, and that pisses me off. And I'm not even a Christian. I'm connected to everything. I consider myself a mystic, but I'm like, stop silencing people. Let people get involved in the fight.
Well, and it's not just because we're Christians. I think let's just define that. They don't recognize a church as a nonprofit. So that's a hard thing, because under the IRS code, that's exactly what the nonprofits were developed to be. It's the separation of church and state, right? So as a business, you can become a nonprofit. You can just say, I don't make a profit and I do good deeds and this is what we do. But as a church, which I'm a pastor, so I'm not going to get preachy here, but I'm going to let you know that what I believe is if your child goes missing, the first place you should be able to go to is the church. And that's why we developed our team this way. I'm a shepherd. I shepherd people. It's my leadership style, and for us, it's important. But I mean, I think one of the easiest things, and we can put this link up because it's an easy way to donate, and we can do that. We can even do that on Facebook. It's easy enough. But just PayPal me, so paypal.me/SERT Ministries. And that
we will put that link up and make sure that stays up for anyone that wants to see it. The first time that I ever saw a video by this man, he was out combating trafficking firsthand. And he said, life is dangerous. Be dangerous. You've got a new tattoo on your arm that can you tell us about that tattoo? I absolutely love it.
This one? Yep. So yeah, it's a dagger with 3 roses. And my daughters always loved roses because they said they're beautiful and deadly at the same time. So that's like kind of the cool thing. Our family name is Gonzalez, and Gonzalez, the meaning of that is made for battle. So it's kind of a cool way to represent that. But yeah, for sure. That stay dangerous.
And I love the scripture that you said about selling your cloak.
Well, yeah, and the Bible says, sell your cloak and buy a sword. So this is definitely the sword that I have here. But the other scripture I really love is, and you were alluding to that, is it says, be careful for nothing, but in all things, prayers and supplication. So knowing that, hey, nobody ever told me as a Marine to be careful. Isn't that crazy? But as soon as I started and I was a pastor, I started doing this type of work, everybody always tells me be careful. And I said, don't wish that on me. I don't want to be careful. I want to be radical, man. That's radical is what gets us out of our place and spurs other people onto good works.
Be radical. It's as simple as that. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be any of these things. Be radical. Stop being complacent. Complacency kills. Complacency kills. Complacency kills. And right now, if you're watching this and you don't share it out, you're being complacent. If you're watching this and you don't donate, you're being complacent. We need to challenge people to get involved directly in the fight. We need 15,500. I rogered up 2,500. What can you do? I've been to this property 5 times. Can you help with moving services? I don't care what city you are in. I don't care what country you are in. You can donate. You can help us out. We've got some money to raise, make this possible for us to do it. Anything to say in closing? I've got one thing that I want to say about you. Let me tell everybody this, and then I'm going to let you say something, Rudy Gonzalez. If you want one person on your side when your child is missing, you want to call up Rudy. He's that guy that when I say, hey, listen, if I'm going to get involved in this and I'm going to do this, I need to know that you're the guy that's going to operate above and beyond the law and do everything that you can and that you will not sleep until you get it done. And he says to me, hey, listen, when I knock on somebody's door, I'm not doing it with the authority of the state. I'm just knocking on the door. I'm Pastor Rudy. And he has these conversations with people absolutely cloaked in courage. That's what it takes. It takes some courage. And I appreciate you being courageous, my brother. So I'm going to give you the final word in this fight here to raise $15,500 and help us do this. We're going to post the PayPal link below. How can people help, brother?
I think the biggest thing, and I think this is not just me asking for help. It's giving you an opportunity. And I think about that as I was praying and thinking about how we were going to be able to raise funds for this. It would be nice if one donor just came in and wrote a check, right? I mean, we could all say thank you to that person, have them over for a barbecue, and they would get all of that credit. But when many people come together, so many get to be a part of the fight. Like, you get to be a part of somebody's freedom. You get to be a part of this amazing generational change. You get to be a part of your own heart change. So for me, this is me inviting and saying, hey, join us. Join us and be a world changer and an abolitionist, a freedom fighter, a believing that, today we talk about all of these injustices that are happening. Today is we own more slaves in modern history than we ever have in the history of the world today. Let's not let that happen anymore. Let's fight that and set people free.
That's freaking wild. When that is absolutely wild. We own more slaves now than in any time throughout human history. We all want to watch these documentaries and we all want to get pissed off about the past. Get pissed off about the past, but use it as a guideline to how to affect the present. Look at what helped in the past and then use that now. There is a fight, and it is for freedom, and it is for the human body. And it is, yes, in extreme situations, people can ascend the body and find liberation in their mind. But right now, they're real people, somebody's child, some human being chained to a bed, some child. This is the way to get involved, period. I'd love for you to get involved. Please share it out. I appreciate you guys watching. I apologize for getting angry. Anger is important. It's emotion. I apologize for being emotional. I was talking to my kids about it this morning, and I started crying while talking to them about it because my kids know about this property. I'm involved. So please get involved. Share this out. Subscribe. Share. Do anything that you need to do. Donate. Roger up in some way, shape, or form, because the fight is important and it is there. And now more than ever, there are slaves that are owned throughout the world. And the largest consumer of human slavery is the American man. Is the American man worldwide. The entitlement is off the chain. Stop feeling so entitled that you feel like you could buy another human being.
It's a good word.
While in the military, I saw other people that would talk about these kind of things. I always thought it was atrocious. I always thought it was disgusting. I have no interest in buying or selling human beings, period. If you're with me, share this out. Love you, my brother.
I love you more. And you know what? You have made this process, which was super scary. It's still a little bit scary, but man, you've made this just an amazing experience. And I want to thank you and your family for everything that you've done. Like you said, coming out in the middle of, right after your baby was born. I heard the baby was born and I was so happy for you. And then you're like, I'm at the I'm there with the termite inspector, and I'm like, what? It's like you just had a baby less than 24 hours ago. This man is incredible. I love to have you being a part of our team and just out there kicking butt. And let's go to war.
I'll tell you what, my brother, evil doesn't take a day off. You know what I mean? Evil doesn't take a day off. Wicked people don't take a day off. And so the thing is, whatever it is at work, it doesn't take a day off. And so, I feel like it's all connected. Bringing a child into the world, and then, having an opportunity to come out and make sure that other people's children can be free.
Yeah,
what a blessing.
For sure. I love you.
Love you, brother. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.